Today we're going to work with the solar plexus chakra, and that's right below your heart. Here's your heart. I don't even know if you guys can see these little guys, but anyways, they help me talk about the chakras. So we have our crown chakra, we have an idea, we stay in the present moment, we focus on it, we listen to our intuition. It basically gives us direction. We use this chakra to talk to other people, to talk to ourselves. And then we get into our heart chakra, which is we get out of our heads, we put our feelings into, I say, a project or an idea, and then we physically act on it. So the solar plexus, you know that one is when someone's yelling at you, you can just feel it. Or if you're really, really sad and you're trying to protect your heart, you feel it in your gut. That's your power chakra. So you know when it's open. 5-year-old skipping and dancing and twirling around, definitely. That's my granddaughter right now. She's 3.5, but you can just tell it's still intact because nobody's taken that power away from her. But she's, twirling around. She's very happy. She's feeling joy, which is very contagious for us to watch. She's confident. She doesn't care what people think, and she feels pretty strong and empowered. And I know she feels valued. And there's something about going into school at 5 or something, or you have parents say, don't do that, it's stupid. That kind of talk to your child, that's a misuse of your throat chakra because it hurts their heart. And they're just trying to be themselves. So I always think the solar plexus is a 5-year-old who's just able to shine and have a good time and still imaginative enough and to be free, to have that freedom to be themselves. So yeah, they're valued and they're happy. And who doesn't want to be that person on a really good day? That's how I feel. So what closes our chakras down? There's a lot of things that close the solar plexus down, but being in a controlling, angry environment, and you see why I don't like that. I run from anger and I can't do it. I just can't, not anymore. So the opposite of this chakra being healthy would be angry. And people that are angry, usually because their heart's blocked, and maybe their solar plexus, and it builds up here, and that's when they're explosive. But usually, again, they've had a 5-year-old up to 8 or something have some childhood issues. They close down their heart and they actually tell themselves, I'm never going to do that again, and they become the bullies. So also disappointment. Disappointment is when you get your hopes up and you get so excited about something and then it doesn't happen. So then you push your energy back down into the lower chakras because you're afraid to ask for what you want. You're afraid to shine. You're afraid of being noticed, actually. And so that's when you get the timid kid in school that doesn't talk very much because at home maybe they're not getting the love they need. So they become a wallflower and they become silent. They're weak. They're easy to be controlled. And I'd say unappreciated, but there's just no value because they're not allowed to be strong, confident, and shine. That's why, you get a good teacher and it makes a totally different kid. I used to have a few teachers that my kids came home just broken, and then they would shift to a different teacher and then they would shine. That's in sports, no matter who wins or loses, everyone can be a winner. So that's what I try to instill in my children, that we're all winners. So that's where your self-esteem comes from. Self-esteem comes from being able to be freely yourself and, and be able to shine. So people that are jealous or people that bully you are intimidated by your brightness. And you just got to stay away, if you can, from people like that. So you have to ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? And then you have to live accordingly. So it's not enough just to know who you are. You have to have kind of like armor a little bit sometimes to not take things personally and not let people invade your personal space. Taking action. Taking action is when you have the idea and you have the courage to physically do it. And I always compare it to, for me, it was always like the music was playing, I was so excited, and I looked around and no one was going to dance. And I'm like, dang it. So then I would just sit there and maybe someone would ask me and then I would get to dance. But now, if the music's playing and I want to dance, I'm going to get on the floor because I don't care what people think about me. But before, I used to care so much about the way I looked, and I like, it was hard making these videos. I'm doing it, but I didn't want to. And I'm doing it, which is my solar plexus. And again, I want to thank Erin for asking me and encouraging me to do this because I can't be teaching right now. People aren't coming out. So I'm doing this and I'm pretty proud of myself. So that's my solar plexus. I'm actually doing it and I'm not in my head thinking about it. And I had the synchronicities to do it. So faith is that Nike thing, just do it. It just get on the dance floor, start dancing, and then you walk away and you feel good about yourself. Don't think what if and I shouldn't have and blah, blah, blah. That's a misuse of these other chakras. Just stay in the present moment and enjoy yourself while you're dancing. The way to keep it motivated and going is get moving. Clean out the closet, clean out your car, force yourself to take that walk. Get moving. When you sit, you become, the more passive you become, the less you have of this. So it doesn't mean you have to be constantly moving, because I love to keep moving, but it does mean every day to do some type of activity and physically move your body. Go for a walk every day. I can guarantee that all these will start spinning again. But if you're sitting in your head and you're not physically getting out of your head, you will shut down your solar plexus, and then you become not stagnant. You just don't have the energy anymore, and that's where this comes from. This is your energy. So physical activity, and then also when you have an idea, and then the inner voice tells you today's the day, make the phone call. You make the phone call, even though you're afraid to talk to that person. And I'll be honest, I do sales and things, and that's how I have to roll. If I don't have that intuition, it's almost like I keep knocking on the door and no one's home. But there'll be days I'll go to the beach, or I will go do something fun, and then the phone starts to ring. But I didn't do anything except for get out of my head and move, but my energy shifted, and then things start to fall into place again. So get out of your head, and the key word is go. Don't sit there and think about it. Don't second guess yourself. If the higher voice says, make the phone call that person today, and if you're afraid and you push past that fear, I guarantee magic will start to happen in your life. So that's solar plexus. And tomorrow we'll do the sacral chakra, which is when not only you get out of your head and you do things, you work well with other people, and you find that support system, that tribe, and you build that foundation of community. Thank you for listening to my chakra talk.